Okay, so if you don't have time or can't be bothered, I'll just quickly cover the cost breakdown and profit of the entire development over about a 2-year span. It's a fairly comprehensive breakdown as it includes basically every expense I encountered along the way, down to the sales commission and conveyancing at the end. As you can see on the spreadsheet, the cost of the townhouse are on the left and the cost of the renovation to the original dwelling are on the right, with the totals underneath. I won't run through every expense, so maybe pause the video here or just refer back to it. So all in all, I made a profit of just over 270 grand, which isn't too bad for my first project. That being said, I've kind of set myself a good benchmark now, so with every project I'll be looking to improve on that return. The actual build of the unit was about 370,000, and with planning and approvals that was about 20,000. If you want to see a complete walkthrough of the unit, just skip forward about 5 minutes. So the following footage is from the build process over like a 9-month period, which I mentioned, and I kind of included it to roughly show the schedule in which things are done for anyone not familiar with it. To be honest, it came with its challenges, but it was pretty important for me from the beginning of the project to do something out of my comfort zone because, I don't know, I believe that kind of forces you to grow, and this project certainly did that. So this is how the unit looks completed and styled. Speaking of, if you're curious, styling was about $5,000 for 5 weeks. The carpets and floorings came to about $9,000. The fixtures and fittings, $5,000. The blinds were $2,000, and the tiles were $1,000. And yeah, like the places and companies that I've used, they're all in the spreadsheet at the start of the video. Anyway, it comprises of 3 bedrooms and a bathroom downstairs with an open plan kitchen and living upstairs, as well as a laundry and powder room. Off that, there's a little deck and an easily maintainable backyard. Just to recap, like this is a pretty simple design and build, which took about 8 or 9 months, and the build itself cost about $370,000. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with the end result and the product that I've delivered. And I think a good indication of that is to ask, well, would I be happy to live in it myself? And I can honestly say that I would. And truth be told, I'm kind of disappointed that I can't, or at least won't get the opportunity to. And now this development all wrapped up, like it's good because, like I mentioned earlier, I've kind of set a standard or a benchmark for myself for every development going forward. Speaking of, for the next project, I've secured a site in a more premium suburb, and I'll be using the exact same strategy, but look to deliver a more premium product for a higher profit margin, and set a goal for myself to hopefully make something upwards of 300k, and aim to have it done by probably September next year. Actually, no, you know what? I'll back myself in and do it by then. So to summarize, it's been a great project. I basically accomplished what I set out to do. Like I said what I was going to do and I did it. And maybe that's why completing this project feels so rewarding for a couple of reasons. Like firstly, capitalizing on the risk I went into it. Yeah, it was low risk or a calculated risk you could say, but anytime you're investing, you're opening yourself up to some degree of risk. And I suppose secondly would be capitalizing on like identifying an opportunity and seeing the potential in something and then executing on the vision of it from start to finish. Like from the renovation of the old house to the building of the new one and selling both of them. And you can go back and see exactly that from the previous videos on the project. So I learned a lot from the last 2 years, but not just from this project. And I know it's not really related, but if I could part some wisdom from the ripe old age of 33, it would be probably just to keep things stupid simple. Like get out in nature, do some cool shit, keep active, do some gardening, grow some veggies. But yeah, like without getting too deep, I think at the end of the day, it really does boil down to this. When you have purpose mixed with progress, you probably have fulfillment. And that's not just some shit that I read and regurgitated. And I think, actually no, I know that I've come out of this richer in wealth, in wisdom and in knowledge. And I'd like to think with those things combined, they're like pretty good indicators of growth and success. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And with all that said and done, adios, au revoir, até depois, catch you later, and keep on trucking.